ドアが閉まります。
元気です。はい、じゃあ。
皆さんおはようございます。Good morning. Welcome to a new work vlog of the year. There have been a lot of changes since we last spoke. One of the biggest ones would explain why I'm speaking so quietly. As of yesterday, a lot of schools across Japan have suspended their classes. Boomer is actually doing teleschool. His language school is doing online video courses to make sure that people don't have to do any unnecessary travel. For this video, I thought I wanted to show you more of my office life and the bentos that I pack every day, and like I wanted to show not just my remote days but more of what my office days are like. But I can't really do that. My work schedule has been interrupted. I've been told by many of my contracts not to come in to work remotely. I have a meeting today, so I am going into the office, and I think I'm going in a couple more times this week to one of my other contracts, but we shall see. I'm not personally worried, I'm not personally scared, I'm just generally frustrated and kind of exhausted because it's like everywhere you turn, all you hear is more about people getting sick, people getting hurt, being scared, people canceling plans, people canceling travel. This was supposed to be a big year for Japan. This was supposed to be a big year for me. And people are stressed, people are anxious, and a lot of people are actually being hurt by this. Not so much even health-wise, just like economically, socially. I've been reading on Twitter, a lot of people who are contract workers basically said that their contracts, because they can't go in this month, their contracts for March are canceled. So a lot of people are out a full month. Me personally, I'm okay. This whole toilet paper thing is ridiculous, but I actually ran out. I was on my last roll, and when I heard the whole announcement that they may be canceling school, I immediately bought like liters of water and a pack of toilet paper. And it turned out it was good because that 8 a.m. delivery was the last stock of toilet paper on Amazon that I can find. So I'm good. I'm just kind of grim and depressed and down because every message from my family, every conversation at work, everything, you know, every sign you see everywhere, every announcement on the train, everything. The anxiety about it is really making it grim and exhausting. So for today, I am going into the office, but I'm kind of staggering my commute time. I'm going in a little bit later. I'm not bringing my bento this time because I've been eating so much food at home and I'm sick of it. So instead, I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite things that I like to eat by the office, since I can't show you my bentos, and we'll go from there. Made it to work. I'm actually going to take you guys on my lunch break now. Okay, so I'm taking a little lunch break. I thought I would show you what I was going to eat for lunch while I'm eating it. I got a message from Taylor saying that she's actually coming to our closest gym. So I'm going to meet her at the gym and go to the gym for lunch and then eat my lunch at my desk. It's a bit of a climb though. One of the cool things I love about my gym is that it is anytime, anywhere. So I can just walk. Water though. Got sports water, normal water, and tea. I think I'm just gonna go for normal water. Just happened to notice that. Workout done. Time to get back to work. I lost a little bit of eyeliner. So the one downside of having to carry all my stuff is that I have to bring my shoes, my real outfit, and my laptop. I always end up looking like some crazy like saddlebag. At least I got to see Taylor. It's a lot more fun to go to the gym. And I have a friend. Alright, let's go back to work. So I don't want this video to be all negative. I'm going to tell you some good news that Taylor actually told me that's going to make my life easier in the next 2 to 4 weeks. On a good note, today is absolutely beautiful. It's like 17 degrees, like what is that, like 20, 60, 65? I don't know. Fahrenheit? I know Fahrenheit. I'm glad it's not raining. Yesterday was really rainy. Today is not. So if I had to be out and about, today is definitely the day. I'm home. Little confession, I never actually ate my salad. I ended up grabbing a coffee and a snack with Taylor on my way back. So I brought my salad home to have for dinner, and I want to show you guys. It's not technically a salad, it's a grain bowl. It has kind of like a Mexican flair to it, which I think is why it's called Chihuahua. Quinoa, grilled chicken, tomatoes, black beans, like anything with black beans, and like, whoa! Kale and jalapenos, pickled jalapenos. Sometimes I just want like a colorful bowl of spice and flavor and bright and acid and look at these big bites, texture, cheesy. Say ah, look at that, it's like a party. This salad from this spot is from one of the first jobs that I got here in Japan. Originally actually through a friend that I knew in New York. A lot of you guys are asking about my job and what it is that specifically that I do. It's a little bit as colorful as this salad, but basically what I do in Japan isn't all that different from what I did in New York. The work that I used to do is basically like biz dev, business development, and also a lot of design elements as well. If you were building a website or you were building an app, branding, wireframing, designing, graphic designing, marketing, you know, the user interface, the UX, the design, checking on like, does it actually work? When you are working on that small of a team, it's hard to say what you do because really you kind of do everything. Now in Japan, in addition to website and app design development, I now also kind of do services as well. So that has been kind of interesting for me, learning how to build a service that's not built around a single app or built around a single product. I mean, at the end of the day, everything has a web page and most things have an app, so it doesn't change all that much, but really cool to do the same stuff. But で、2つ目のアップデートはなぜか日本語でやります。言って、フックランプ。やっぱり睡眠不足、寝不足のところがポイントになるなんですけど、毎日4時間とか、まあ頑張ったら6時間ぐらい寝たりして、やっぱりすごい辛い。続けられない。時間の問題じゃなくて、その仕事自体が、毎日の仕事は統一感がないから、なんか今日は出張、明日は出勤。なんか毎日変わってくるから、すごい疲れる。寝ても、その疲れが溜まっていって、6時間なんて全く足りないんですよ。実は、この前回のワークブログっていう動画で、毎日、みたいな風に見せたら、実はブーちゃんのお父さんがすごいものを送ってくれました。で、これです。じゃじゃん、Manta Sleep。アメリカのキックスターターだと思うんだけど、なんかアメリカの寝不足対策の商品の一つです。目の前を真っ黒にしてくれる仕組みになってるので、私以前マスク持ったことあるんだけど、やっぱりちょっとフラット系だとすごい気になる。世の中起きたら何これなんか変なものついてるみたいな感じになってくるんだけど、これはね、丸型ドーナツ系柔らかい、触ってみるとプニュッ ブニュブニュ目元に優しくて、ブーちゃんがいつもなんだよこのスーパーウーマンっていう風に言ってくれるんだけど、どう試してみる？真っ黒でしょ。すごいもう危ないぐらい効果的。これを平日に使うと本当に目覚まし気づかないようになってしまうから、みんなおすすめなんですけど、週末から試してみてくださいっていうレビュー。夏になるとこのドーナツ、このドーナツのところを外して冷凍してクーリングパックとして使うっていうのもできるのかなっていう、まあ試してみないと分かんないんだけど、この夏楽しみにしてます。Okay, no, nobody needed to hear that. Mail time. So I spent a good chunk of time preparing, traveling to, staying and filming at the Akita Inaka School in Akita Prefecture. I mean, you'll see it in the video. It was going to language school in like a foot of snow. Just seeing all this snow out the window. This is the actually only snow I saw this year. And it's like, oh, you're so beautiful. I'm not gonna spoil the video, but I will say I lost my lens cap in the front yard of the school while trying to film this ankle-breaking scene in like a foot deep of snow. So I ordered a new lens cap. お邪魔します。試してみます。真っ黒でしょ? Oh baby, we're back in business. なんか疲れた。This week I have 3 days where I have to be in for meetings, one of which was today, but the rest of which will be telework. So for now I'm gonna get back to work. Good night. Hello everyone, it is a new day. So yesterday I actually went into work. It was a rainy day and there really wasn't anything to show. We're still kind of staggering work schedules and figuring things out. Quick update. I did get some new news, no, some good news that Taylor shared with me, and I'll show you that in a second. If you haven't guessed yet, today is another day at home. I was supposed to go in today, but last minute we switched things up. Most of my stuff is pretty modular, so if one thing slows down or shuts down, I can just pick up something else instead. But let me show you a bit of good news. One of my biggest worries recently was that right about the time when they announced the whole school closing things in Japan, right at the time when all that was happening, was about 2 weeks before the tax deadline. And in Japan, you know, this is my first year doing this type of Japanese taxes on a work visa with multiple income sources. So I want to, just like I do in the States, I prefer to have my first time done by a professional to study it and then from then on do it myself. But for this first year, you know, I really wanted to have a professional's eyes on it. And I got an email from the guy saying, you know, never mind, I'm not going to do the Japan taxes, but I'll do your US ones. And I was like, I don't need that. Like for Japan specifically, I was like, that's the one thing that I needed. And I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do? You know, a lot of people aren't going into the office. A lot of projects, even if you send out an email, that people are starting to get really slow to respond. And oops, what's with this focus thing? It was a worry for me because I was like, oh great, now I have 2 weeks to figure out how to do my own taxes and or find another accountant, but no one's going into the office anyways. It's tax season, but I was like, is anyone still working? Is anyone still there? I need to be able to renew my visa. When I was talking to Taylor, she pointed me to this little tidbit of information that I didn't realize, is that the tax deadline was postponed. It was pushed back like a month. That honestly was like the biggest relief because I was like, last minute lost my accountant and didn't know what to do, and bam. That's my bit of good news. It sounds pretty drab, but yay. Things being normal, being able to do my job and being able to keep things going is all I want. That's all I want at this point. There are a lot of resources out there if you do want to do taxes by yourself. Even in Japan, the blue kakute shinkoku thing, there have been ads all over YouTube. And, oh my god. As much as we do like to give Japan crap about being like in the Stone Ages, in the last year, it's really been stepping its game up. Online banking is now a thing, even with the post office bank. One thing that I was really happy to see is this cool app called Smart HR. It's basically like your HR hub, and this is where I can get all of my tax documents if I need to update things about like dependents, my address, any sort of tax stuff. This sounds like a weird ad. This is not an ad. This is not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor, let me know. It's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to see such a slick looking service here in Japan, and pretty smooth. It's pretty sexy. And I can just download PDFs of all the stuff I need and do my taxes and be done. So I am very relieved about that, at least. My shining beacon is doing my taxes in peace. The perks of telework. I can't decide if I find it cute or creepy, but the amount of rare and mythical animals that have been watching me work on these documents all day is hilarious. Japanese Oopa-Roopa, the whooper. It's so cute. Hey buddy, don't worry, I won't miss the deadline. Before there was a narwhal and a lemur. Now that my office schedule has been kind of rolled back a little bit, one thing I've noticed is that my Japanese has become very rusty. Like even yesterday, I was trying to say, I'm worried about the event. And I was like, なんか最近イベントが延期中止されるから、でも今回のイベント大丈夫。And he's like, what event? It's like, だってあのイベントだよ。報告するイベント. And I was like, literally he's looking at me like, what event? And I was just like, 会議違う。紹介違う。いやでもまだ答え出してなくてどうしよう。I wanted to say 発表会, but I completely forgot. I was like, 会, some kind of 会. So yeah, I should use more Japanese because if I'm gonna be home so much, どうしよう。もうスムーズに話せなくなってきてやばいよ。But yeah, so that's basically where I am now. I have to keep going. Boomer's done with his school for today. でしょ? そうでしょ?
そうですね。
So yeah, so we're gonna keep working, keep getting stuff done, and I'll see you guys hopefully in a more normal video. Like I told you guys last night, I have the Akita video and a lot of other stuff coming up. Like even just stuff like that, like one last rant. But like I had this whole video that I filmed about like how to get jobs in Japan, and now it's like, are people even interviewing anymore? I'm like worried about, is my work, is my job, is any of the stuff I'm doing even relevant anymore? I worked on the scholarship video because in normal years, this is scholarship season. And I thought you guys would think it was in poor taste or would wonder like, how KY am I? Like, does this girl, やっぱり空気読めないね、このロレッタってさ。こんなに地球、世界中こんなお騒ぎになってるのになぜか日本に行きましょうってとんでもないネタをアップしてるなんて、どうしたのこのロレッタと思うでしょ? I was scared you guys would think that, but I'm gonna keep pressing forward, I'm gonna keep doing me, and I will see you guys hopefully in one of the other videos very soon. I'm really excited to show you guys the Akita video. I know you guys are in Sakura cherry blossom mode, but hold on for a little bit of beautiful snow. I'll see you guys next week. じゃあ、今日もご視聴ありがとうございました。I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
次の列車をご利用ください。